The ruins of Underhill Farm lie in a sheltered belt of trees just to the south of Loudoun Hill in East Ayrshire. Been farm here since well before 1828, but that's the first time that the name Underhill appears. It seems to have been abandoned by the 1950s. There was also a backhill farm and a hill farm. They were both abandoned in the 1890s. The location seems remote. However, the old public road used to run in front. Much of it's still there. It's the same one which William Wallace used when he attacked a mule train taking provisions down to the fort at Ayr in 1297, in the so-called Battle of Loudoun Hill. There was even a railway station nearby. Loudoun Hill Station was opened from 1905 to 1939. The farm had been a typical L shape. One part had been the farmhouse, another part had been the byre. Over the years, there have been some alterations to the buildings, possibly a porch added, and maybe a shelter for the cattle stalls on the western side. There was no shortage of stone for the construction, with the basalt scree of Loudoun Hill lying a few metres away. Also, there are signs of a fairly high status in the sense of being part of the Loudoun Estate, owned by the Campbells, the Earls of Loudoun, and later the Marquis of Hastings. The doorways, the window surrounds, and the quoins at the corners of the building showed at one time there were some skilled masons working here. Much of the Loudoun estates were sold up due to death duties and other factors. One of the last owners was a Gavin Alston, and the farm itself was run by a Francis Findlay, who would have lived there. The boundary of the land farmed by Underhill isn't known. However, we do have a record saying that the Loudoun Hill itself was under cultivation right almost to the summit. The River Irvine lies below. The name Loudoun Hill itself, depending whether it comes from the Gaelic or the Cumbric, the Welsh, or the Scots, may either mean Beacon Hill or may refer to marshy land, as in the Loudoun Valley. Lady Flora Hastings, one of the daughters of the Earls of Loudoun, wrote a poem about Loudoun Hill. She was the tragic case of a lady-in-waiting of Queen Victoria who died from a stomach cancer which gave her the appearance of being pregnant, of which she was accused, causing great scandal. And thou dark hill and hoar, that broodest like a genius o'er the strath, passionless witness of the lapse of ages, and monument by nature's hand upreared, of the stern struggles of an earnest time.